Yeah. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院
I'm Stevie.
and I'm Laurie.
Today and tomorrow, we are looking at our features lesson, talking about the importance of childhood relationships. And, this is an article about relations between parents and kids and family members.
That's right.
For the first part.
所以呢，各位，我们今天跟明天要来看到的专题特写的单元，那么要来讲到的主题中文的名称叫做亲子羁绊影响一生所以呢，这个主题其实已经讲得很清楚。我们今天跟明天要来看到的这个文章的重点其实就是讲到刚刚 C 表示说的这种我们跟家人还有亲近的人之间的关系对我们的影响。所以我们赶快来跟着 Stevie 老师一起看看吧。
Okay, looking at the first part, it says our early relationships with our parents or brothers and sisters influence our relationships later in life. So, what this means is our early relationships, the relationships we have when we are young, when we're very little, when we're small. The relationships that we have with our parents, our mom and dad, or our brothers and sisters, they have an effect on our relationships with later in life, our relationships with other people.
所以呢，一开始我们来看到文章这个一开始就切入正题，讲到说我们呢 early 我们可以翻成早期或是这个早年都可以我们早期呢与我们的双亲还有呢兄弟姐妹之间的这个关系relationship 关系或者你要翻成互动也可以那么会怎么样呢？动词是 influence 就是影响的意思。那么影响什么呢？我们这个稍后我们后来在我们的人生在我们的生活当中呢的这个关系，那这个时候指的当然是我们与其他人，就像刚刚 C 表示讲的，与其他人的互动与其他人的关系是受到早期这个的影响的。
Yeah, just from this first sentence, I can tell you, I can see this in people I know, in family members, like their relationship with their parents, and their relationship with other people now. You can see that.
You can.
Yeah, 很明显。So, what does this mean? Healthy connections with the people who are close to us will help us grow with confidence. This means if we have healthy connections, and we're talking about people who are happy, healthy, connections with the people who are close to you, this is going to help you grow up and have confidence.
所以呢，接下来我们可以学到另外一个字，因为前面讲到 relationship 我们讲到是关系或者是也可以翻成是一种互动。在这里我们提到健康的互动这里的 connection 连结或者是互动，这是另外一个字，你也可以学起来的。所以呢，一个健全的互动跟谁呢 ？with 后面告诉我们，跟那些跟我们很亲近的人们。的这个健康的这种健全的互动呢，也会帮助我们怎么样 grow with confidence， 就是呢，在这个自信当中来成长这里我们看到了 confidence 自信的意思。那它呢，如果把 ce 字尾的 ce 去掉，换成 t， 那就变成 confident 是它的形容词。
So on the other hand, okay.We've seen this phrase several times this month.
Yeah.
On the other hand, unhealthy interactions could be a sign of future challenges. And what this means is unhealthy interactions. When you have an interaction is like 互动, right?
That's right.
It's when you interact with other people. And so if you have unhealthy interactions, unhealthy relationships with your parents, with your brothers and sisters, this could be a sign of future challenges It also means this might tell you there could be problems in the future. Okay, this might be a sign of future problems in this case.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来讲到那么这个另一方面来说叫 on the other hand。那么呢，这个不健全的这里的 unhealthy 这个 interactions 出现了互动不健全的互动，那它的动词是 interact。那么这里的话，我们直接拿名词来使用，不健全的互动很可能是一个 sign， 我们讲是迹象的意思那么 a sign of something 呢，就是什么的迹象，所以是什么的迹象呢？就是未来你会面临挑战，或者就像刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，未来你将会遇上困难、遇上问题的一个迹象。
Yeah, I mean, this is really why.It's important. Right now, we're talking about relationships with kids in their family, in their home environment.
People who are close to
But
us.
it's people who are close to them, which also includes teachers at some point. The interactions that you have with teachers.
You're right.
When I studied psychology for a little while.
Yeah.
And this part, childhood relationships, very interesting. And it has a big effect on kids. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the next paragraph. Okay, looking at the next paragraph, it says, at a young age, children are like sponges. Okay.What is a sponge?
海绵
And what happens when you put a dry sponge in water?
立刻吸满水
Yeah, it soaks up the water. So we say children at a young age are like sponges because they learn very quickly. And what do they learn? Maybe not math, okay? Like me, I didn't learn math quickly, but...They are like sponges. They are soaking up everything around them. Everything that's happening with everybody. Everything they see, everything they hear. Why do some little kids start saying bad words? And you say, you can't say that. Where did they learn that? My dad. Right? They're like sponges.
所以呢，接下来这一段讲到说，那么在年幼的时候呢，这个儿童他们就像这个海绵一样。
Yeah. So they learn from their environments and the people around them. They learn from everything. Okay? Your environment, the people around them, all of it.
没错，所以接下来呢，讲到 they 就是指这些儿童他们呢 learn from 的话，就是从 from 后面的这个对象呢来学到东西，他们会去学学什么呢？从哪里学呢？从他们的 environment 环境，还有呢 the people around them 就是他们周遭的人们身上来学。所以呢，这个就是刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，这个几乎可以说是他的周遭环境跟人们所带给他们的一切，他们都会学起来的。
Kids often learn by copying parents and older family members, even if they are rarely aware of what they are doing. Now, this means kids learn by copying other people, right? Their parents, older people, even if they're not usually aware of what they're doing. They don't know they're copying mom and dad. So that means they're not aware of that they're copying. It just becomes part of their behavior.
没错，所以这边呢讲到说呢，他们其实呢这个刚刚讲的常常是呢，这个学习的方式是借由去 copying， 这里不是复制这里是指模仿的意思那么呢，模仿他的双亲，还有呢家里呢比较年长的成员们那么这样子的一个状况下呢，是怎么样？是尽管就算他们呢其实很少是有意识到他们正在做什么，这里的 be aware of 点点点就是意识到所以就像刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，他们呢其实 实并没有意识到他们正在这个行为上做到模仿。这里的 behavior 这个字我们可以拼一下。
Behavior, B-E-H-A-V-I-O-R, behavior.
就是行为。
I'll give you a quick example. I see a lot of parents, they don't explain things to their kids. They think they're too young to understand. So when your child does something, like maybe you're in the store and your child grabs a candy bar. And I see this so many times. Or the kid is playing and talking. I see this so many times. Somebody says, no. Okay? They slap the child. No. Now, what they're trying to teach is, no, that's bad. But the child doesn't just get that. So now, the child is at school or outside with other kids. And the child is unhappy. And kids get in a fight. No! And they hit each other. They start fighting. And people say, oh, where did that come from? You can't hit other kids. Where did they learn that? Okay? This is part of the behavior that we're talking about. Kids learn by copying. They don't know what they're doing. They just know when they hear no and they're upset, they should do what? That's how they learn this. And it's not saying that the parents are bad parents. Okay?
That's right.
我知道这样讲很多很复杂。
但是呢，简单的说就是呢 Stevie 老师刚举的例子呢，是讲到说就是呢，当我们的这个父母亲，你可能使用某个方法去制止小孩做某些事情，可是你没有想到这个方法他是会去模仿。那么当他出现了类似的状况的时候，他也会这样去对其他的人，比如说其他的同学。那这个时候你可能觉得，你怎么可以这样子去对待其他同学？但是你没有想到说，可能这个就是从你去制止这个小孩的行为上的时候，你做给他看了，这样。
But it's not just bad behaviors, also good behaviors. The next sentence says, this is the most common way to learn a language. We just said kids copy their parents, even if they don't know they're doing it. This is the most common, the most usual way to learn a language.
所以呢，接下来这一句讲到说，那么这也是学语言来讲呢最常见的一种方式所以这里的 common 或者是刚刚讲的 usual 这个另外一个字我们也可以学起来。Could you spell that, please?
Usual?
Yeah.
U-S-U-A-L. Usual.
两个可以一起记。
This is how I learned Chinese in the beginning.
Okay.
By copying other people.
People around you.
Yeah, people around me. Okay, the next sentence says, most importantly about this relationship with kids and their families and their environment, most importantly, it is also the easiest way to learn about how to relate to other people. So how do you relate to other people? You learn that in your environment from the people around you.
That's right. 所以接下来他讲到说，而最重要的是呢，这也是这个最简单的方式什么东西最简单的方式呢？后面告诉我们 to learn about 去学习关于呢 how to relate to other people 如何跟其他人去 relate to them 的意思就是跟他们产生连结、产生关系所以这也是最简单的一个方法了。
Okay, we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be right back with the rest of the article. All right, looking at the next paragraph, whenever we talk about human relations, and this also has to do with psychology, right? P-S-Y-C-H-O-L-O-G-Y, psychology.
心理学
Yeah. Whenever we talk about this, of course, it can be very complex.
很复杂
Yeah. So we're trying to talk about this in a very simple way. So this article, the next paragraph says, we're talking about how kids learn through their environment. So the next sentence says, therefore, a child who grows up in a home that is full of conflict and fighting among parents might be quick to anger as an adult. So if you grow up in a home, if a child grows up in a home that is full of conflict and fighting, what is conflict? Conflict is when you're always having problems. There's
different opinions.
Different opinions is okay, but it's how you handle them, right? If you're having a conversation, say, "Oh, honey, I think you're wrong, because A, B, C," and you say, "Well, honey, if you have a conversation, that's different.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but if you're having a conflict, and you're fighting, when a kid grows up in a home that is full of this, they might be quick to anger. What does that mean? They have a bad temper. They lose their temper quickly. That's what that means.
没错
Quick to anger.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来我们看到呢这一段，他讲到说，因此一个小孩如果成长在一个家庭，怎么样的家庭呢 ？That 后面告诉我们，一个呢充满了 conflict 冲突以及呢 fighting 争吵的这个家庭的话呢，而且是呢，在这个双亲他们之间充满了这个冲突跟争吵之间的家庭的话，这样子的小孩在后来成年之后呢，很可能就是非常的容易就是这个发怒，就像刚刚这个Stevie 老师讲的，就是脾气会变得非常的不好这个是因为这个小时候呢有这样子的一个影响。
Or a child whose parents don't give them enough attention will probably seek or look for extra attention when they grow up. So what we call those are attention seekers or attention-seeking people.
所以呢，接下来讲到说，或者呢，是在一个这个双亲没有提供足够关怀的这个小孩，他可能在长大之后呢，when they grow up， 他就有可能会去寻求或寻找这里的 seek， 我们讲等于 look for 那么额外的这个关注，额外的关心所以刚刚讲到这个 attention seeker， 这个 seek 后面加 er 就变成寻求者寻找的人这样子。那么所以这里的 seek 等于 look for 那这个可以跟这个 look for 一起背。
Yep. People who are abused as children often find it difficult. They find it hard to connect with loved ones as adults. It's hard to connect. It's hard to communicate.
所以呢，接下来这句他讲到说那么那些呢这个孩童时期、儿童时期曾经被 abused 是这个遭受虐待的人来说的话呢，也常常会 find it difficult， 就是呢觉得这件事很困难。什么事呢？这里的 it 它所代替的事情在 to 的后面告诉我们，就是呢 to connect with loved ones as adults。到了成年的时候呢，会发现跟至亲至爱的人这个要来发生连结的时候是有困难的。
However, a difficult childhood, a hard childhood, we could say, some people say a bad childhood, doesn't have to mean a sad life. It doesn't mean you will have a bad or a sad life, okay? You still have a chance.
没错，所以呢，最后呢，他讲到说，然而这个一段这个我们可以用艰辛或者用困苦的这个童年，这里的 difficult 我们就不翻困难了这个艰辛或者是困苦的这个童年，这个并不一定就要代表着一个悲伤的或哀伤的人生。
Okay, we're going to keep talking about this subject tomorrow, but right now we're going to have a quick review. Okay, we talked about children copying their parents or copying other people. There's another word that I wanted to share with students for a review called imitate. Imitate. I-M-I-T-A-T-E. Imitate. And imitate is when you copy somebody like perfectly. Like sometimes kids will say, don't copy me, don't imitate me. And the other kid will say, don't copy me, don't imitate me.
好讨厌哦。
Yeah, so that copy or imitate. Imitate is a good word to know.
所以呢，两个字都是模仿的意思，在这个地方啊，因为 imitate 是模仿，那 copy 它可以是复制，那既然复制就一样的东西再做一个嘛，那其实就是模仿，这个就是 imitating me.
That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time.
拜拜。
第60页专题特写，亲子羁绊影响一生。
The importance of childhood relationships. Our early relationships with our parents or brothers and sisters influence our relationships later in life. Healthy connections with the people who are close to us will help us grow with confidence. On the other hand, unhealthy interactions could be a sign of future challenges. At a young age, children are like sponges. They learn from their environments and the people around them. Kids often learn by copying parents and older family members, even if they are rarely aware of what they are doing. This is the most common way to learn a language. Most importantly, it is also the easiest way to learn about how to relate to other people. Therefore, a child who grows up in a home that is full of conflict and fighting among parents might be quick to anger as an adult. Or a child whose parents don't give them enough attention will probably seek extra attention when they grow up. People who are abused as children often find it difficult to connect with loved ones as adults. However, a difficult childhood doesn't have to mean a sad life.